Mr. Megamind is now going to tell us the meaning of salat, the meaning of the word salat. Listen what he's going to say.
I get the term following closely from Lane's lexicon.
Exactly.
Number one,
Okay.
that's one area.
Okay.
The other area is there's a few poems, some Arab nights that was before Islam. There's a few poems where he uses the word salah, and the word salah is consistently used as following closely.
So there's some poems from an Arabic night, and then there's the Lane's lexicon where you get following closely.
There's more.
So this is Megamind. He said salat means following closely, and he's telling you where he got following closely from the book of poems. He got following closely, and the Quran, God clearly tells us in the Quran that poetry has no lane with the Quran. God said it emphatically several times in the Quran concerning how poetry and Quran do not share the same link. This is what God says. Quran chapter 36 verse 69. So this verse says what? This verse clearly tells you that, and we did not teach him poetry, nor was it necessary for him. It is only a remembrance and a clear Quran reading. Then you have somebody with a mega head mind leaving the book of God.
And salah is consistently used as following closely.
Used as following closely according to the poem. Out of the foolishness, he says before Islam. This guy thought Islam started in the 7th century. So ladies and gentlemen, you heard the mega man guy. He said here that following closely is the meaning of salah. And he says the salah is consistently means following closely. You heard what he said? Let's go and ask mega mind again. What is the meaning of salat?
29:45. We have recite what is revealed to you of the scripture, and observe the salah, and observe or uphold or establish the connection. The word salah is connection. That part is, there's nothing ambiguous about that. You can even Google it.
Did you hear what Megamind said? After saying following closely, consistently following closely. Now Megamind, he's saying salah means connection, and he says there is no ambiguity in this.
Get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Hey, where is the factory reset? To expose these bozos calling themselves no ritual because they hate God, they don't want to pray to God. I will show you how these guys are naive.
There's nothing ambiguous about that. You can even
There is nothing ambiguous about that. Then he said we can do what?
Google it.
He says we can Google it. We are going to Google it. He said we should Google it. So ladies and gentlemen, let's Google it and show him something. You don't know the correctional officer. I'll mess you up. Wallahi. Let's go. This is the word salat. Can you see the screen? Now look at the meanings of salat on Google. You see prayer, you see service, you see devotion, you see litany. Do you see litany here? That is the meaning of salat. It doesn't mean connection. The word salat doesn't mean connection. He said we should Google it, right? Sheikh Google. Because you just lied to us. So from following closely to connection and Google it. I'm going to show you, but let's go to Mirza again. Mirza, I've not left you. Let's go back to Mirza. Please explain what you said here.
The word salat in the Quran is just a general duty, and you can derive the meaning of this word in the context. See, this is the whole idea. And I'll show you instances in the Quran where this is precisely what's happening, that the word salat is just meaning duty.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear what he said? This is Sayyid Mirza. He said it means duty. Megamind started from following closely and he ended on connection. Salat never means connection. Salat of the Quran never means following closely. They told you where they get the following closely. I have a lecture on it. Go to my Salat series playlist. The following closely comes from the poems. Yes, it never means following closely in the Quran. Inserting new meanings into the Quran. And in the whole in Arabic lugha, the syntax of the Arabic, you will never find where it says salat means duty. But this is how they concocted their own meaning.
You can derive the meaning of this word in the context. See?
And you can derive the meaning of this word in the context. That's not how language works. I'm sorry, Mirza. That's why we have kamus. We have vocabularies. You have to understand vocabulary first before you know what it means, before you go and put it in a sentence. That's why they have rules for every language. But then he says he will show you precisely that salat means duty in the Quran. That's what he said. And this kind of people can never go out there and face the mushriks in a dialogue. They can't go out and have intellectual dialogues. These people will be set up like scapegoat, like fools out there. If you want to know how they set up Maverick, Megamind as a fool, go and watch Hyde Park.
Ayub, we don't know whether he's a messenger or a prophet. I'm 99% certain.
I'm 100% certain.
The word Rasul or Nabi is not associated with Ayub at all.
Just give the verse. Hello.
Surah An-Nisa verse 163.
It doesn't call him a prophet.
وَإِنَّا أَوْحَيْنَا, we have revealed إِلَيْكَ to you, Muhammad, كَمَا أَوْحَيْنَا, like we revealed إِلَى نُوحٍ to Noah, وَالنَّبِيِّينَ, to prophets.
What comes after that?
Wait.
No, what comes after that?
مِن بَعْدِهِ, after him, after Noah.
وأوحينا إلى إبراهيم وإسماعيل وإسحاق ويعقوب والأسباط وعيسى وأيوب ويونس وهارون وسليمان وآتينا داود زبورا.
Do you stand corrected?
No, I don't.
But I'm going to expose these guys to show you how they want the freedom to create their own meanings. You come into a language which doesn't belong to you and you want to create your own meanings. You think the book of God is for joke, right? Now let's go back to this bozo who's from following closely, and then he said connection, and sometimes he even say commitment. And the word salat never means commitment. We are coming to you. This is what Megamind said.
He's also translating the word salah as prayer. And as you all know, salah as prayer is ma'na wa shar'i, meaning that it's a meaning given to the word by the Sunni tradition. It's literally exclusive to the Sunni and Shia tradition, has nothing to do with the language outside of said tradition. Even they will tell you there's a ma'na wal lugha, ma'na wal shar'i. No one argues that ma'na wal lugha of the word salah has anything to do with prayer. And yet these individuals refer to themselves as Quran alone. You riddle me that.
This guy's voice can make you sleep. He has a boring voice. Seriously. He doesn't know how to refute arguments. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. He said the word salat never means prayer. Let's go. Now, first of all, I took you to Google. Google Translate. You saw the word salat. What did it mean? It means prayer. It means devotion. It means worship. It means litany, right? Okay. Now, I'm going to take you to about 3 popular dictionaries. We deal with both the classical Arabic and the modern standard. We are going to check the meaning of the word salat. So this is Arabic.fi. The word salat comes from the word salawa. This is salah. This is the root word. That's where it emanated from. Now, what you need to understand in Arabic, there is something they call fi'il naqis. The word salat as a root word, it comes from the imperfect verb, meaning if it has a vowel either at the beginning or at the end, that vowel, when you are inflecting the verb, it can be taken out and changed to different forms. So now, this is the verb, salla. This is the verb form number 2. In Arabic, we call it the verb form number 2 when it has the shadda, the W. So if you see the shadda and it says salla, that is a verb form number 2. Verb form number 1 is salah without the shadda. So now, the basic literal meaning of the word salah is what? Pray. When it becomes a masdar, what we call in English verbal noun. When it becomes a verbal noun, this is what happens when it becomes a verbal noun. When you click on it, on the eye, it will take you and give you the instance here. Here. You see, it is a verbal noun. So I take you up. When it becomes a verbal noun, a masdar, it becomes salata with the taw marbut. So this is a noun. So this is prayer. The literal meaning of the word salah or salat is pray and prayer. But I will take you to extended meanings of that word. But then, hypothetically, based on what this hypocrite is telling us, that the salah means connection, it doesn't say the same roots with this word. I take you back. Do you see this word? Wasala. This word, this is connection. You see the word? That is a root word of the word silat, not salat, silat. And I'll give you the instances so that you understand. The silat is the masdar, is the verbal noun of the word wasala. So this wasal is a root word for the word silat. And I'm going to explain that to you. But now let's take this wasal. Where is it? Wasala. Here. This is the word. You see it? When it's changing the verb form, when it's becoming a word form, from the wasala, you can remove this vowel from the beginning, because it's an imperfect verb. If a verb is starting with a vowel from the beginning or a vowel at the end, we call it fi'il naqis. That is imperfect verb. This wasala is not the same as salawa. Not the same. In this dictionary, it tells you the word salawa, salah or salat means to pray is salah, and then prayer is what? Salat, as a noun. Mr. Maverick says when you Google it, this is what you get. He says in the dictionaries, It's only from the Sunnis. Oh, don't lie, Mr. Maverick. And I'm going to prove it today. So we go to the next dictionary. So now we go to Almani. So in Almani, I put the word here, salat, as a noun. So now this is the meaning of the word salat. Almani also extracts their meanings from classical dictionary and modern standard also. Now this salat here, you can see the meaning, asking for help from God. Long prayer in the Christian church can also mean salat. Solemn prayers consisting of litany of the saints chanted on the 3 days before Ascension Day can also mean salat. Prayer, beseeching, invocation, litany, plea means salat. Then the downside is what comes from the hadith. Here, salat, blessing. But then let's go to the broader meaning of salat. If you go down, it says salat, praying, orison, complying, prayer. If you go further, salat, the prayer, supplication, prayer, meditation, worship. It goes on and on. You will never find the meaning following closely. The next dictionary. Let's go to reversal. So a reversal, I put it on the screen here. If you put the word salat, they also use classical and modern standard versions of the Arabic language. This is the word salat. It is not the same as silat, and I'm going to show you. I'll show you the example why I'm saying that. Some of the Quran, the no ritual group, don't even know this. They've not sat down to learn ihrab. Now look at the word salat: prayer, praying, grace, worship, salat, salah. People will say namaz. That is in a different language. But the reason why I'm showing you this is just to let you understand that the guy called Megamind has no idea the difference between the word salat and the difference between the word silat. He doesn't know the meaning. Let's go into his videos.
As far as I'm concerned, words have definitions. You cannot apply whatever you want to words.
2 hours later.
God have mercy upon us.
He says, as far as I'm concerned, words have meanings, and you cannot apply whatever you want to words. But what do you see them doing? Now, what do you see this hypocrite doing? Exactly what he did with following closely, exactly what he did again.
Establish the connection. The word salah is connection. That part is, there's nothing ambiguous about that. You can even Google it.
When a blind man is trying to give you directions to the bridge, be careful. He just assigned the meaning connection to the word salat. Connection is from silat, wasal, not salat.